All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Monday. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. I didn't have to work today. It's Patriots Day here in Boston and got the day off. So it was a nice sunny day. Watched a little bit of the marathon. Yes, Boston Marathon was today as well for you runners out there. Yeah, not me. I'm not a runner. No. But what do we have in the markets? We had the stock market just not looking good. Crypto, okay. Bitcoin, gold, store of value, that's where the action is today. And thus, Bitcoin dominance, which we will talk about today. I don't really talk about Bitcoin dominance that much. I mean, Ben Cowan does like into the cryptoverse like all the time. And yeah, Bitcoin dominance is what it's about right now. But we'll get into it. How's everybody doing? Let me drop down here in the corner, and this is what we have right now. We had breakout over 16 cents last night for Doge, and we got all the way up to 16.30, and then tested 16 cents as support, and then came back down, and then retested our symmetrical triangle that we broke out of yesterday. Yes, we were live yesterday talking about a breakout of the triangle and then maybe coming back and retesting it. And that's exactly what happened. And that's what happened. Sometimes these things do play out that way. So, like I said in the thumbnail, Dogecoin, it's doing okay. Dogecoin's okay. Not great, okay. But Bitcoin's doing much better. And so what does that mean? That means Bitcoin dominance, 64.4 now. Bitcoin dominance just going up because ETH, the number 2 cryptocurrency by market crap, yeah. ETH is crap. That's what it is. It's ETH that's crap. Look at ETH. ETH had this triangle going, came back to retest it, but nope. Just not only pooped that, but then even fell below the lower triangle line. And now ETH is like, yeah, isn't that funny, Linda? It's like ETH just, it's crap. ETH is just a bunch of poop. It's a big turd is what ETH is. And so with ETH dropping down like that, Bitcoin going up, you get Bitcoin dominance just making a huge move up even higher. That's kind of the state of things right now. So Coin Bureau is like the stock market. The stock market was just all red today, all red. And why is that? Well, I mean, S&P 500 down 3%, Dow down 3%. Doge or NASDAQ down 2.5, Russell down 2.2, but gold is up. Stocks sink with Trump's tariffs, Powell bashing. Is the FOMC going to lower interest rates? I mean, inflation is down, but Powell has consistently said it's the fear of what the tariffs are going to do that's going to keep the Fed from lowering interest rates. So it's not what's going on now. It's a fear of something that might or might not happen in the future. And so Trump calls Powell a major loser. It's just like, Trump's not helping. He's not helping. Really not helping. But that's what we got. That's what we got. And Lark is like dollar index is crashing like a shit coin. So we got the DXY dropping. We've got stocks dropping. But investors flee to Bitcoin and gold. Bitcoin surges, gold climbs. And so as gold keeps going up and up and up, we then look to Bitcoin. Bitcoin usually follows. So Doge will follow Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin starts to take off, that's when most likely Dogecoin will also take off and outperform Bitcoin. That's typically how it works. Gold, then Bitcoin, and then Doge. Unless Doge gets some news of its own, but right now I'm not expecting that too soon. So that's what we've got. Tom Crown is like, Bitcoin dominance is pumping. Who's trading Bitcoin dominance? Can you trade Bitcoin dominance? It's like Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance. So what does that mean for Doge? Well, Doge broke this 4-month downward trend line. And I know it wasn't pretty. I mean, we lived it, right? We saw Doge consistently just dropping with lower lows, and lower lows. April 7th being that 13-cent Doge there. But since then, we have been moving up, and now we've finally broken that downward trend line. Here we are mid-April. So looking for end of April and May for some more recovery for Doge. And then zoomed in a little more, Trader Allen shows, yep, this was that downward line of the triangle. And Doge broke out. And then after Allen posted this, came back and retested that line before moving higher. So that's a good sign. We retested it. We can now freely move higher. We'll see whether Dogecoin does that. And Steph is like, look, if we zoom out, there's a upward sloping trend line from 2023, where we had that 5.5 or 5.8 cent Doge, 2024, where we had that 9-cent Doge, and then 2025, 13-cent Doge, and you draw that line, we're still in a bull market. We're still in a bull market. That means higher lows. And so this retrace that we just had for the last 4 months, we're going to go higher. The biggest Doge pump ever, Steph is Crypto says. The biggest Doge pump ever. So we'll see. We did have some up and down trading. And so we look at the liquidation heat map, and we did have for Bitcoin, we had some shorts taken out, and then Bitcoin dumped down to take out some longs. So very typical how Bitcoin goes. Take out the shorts and then dump down, take out the longs. And that was after the run that we had last night, which means the market makers are in control again and can manipulate the price to take out shorts and longs. So that's what we had today. So that's my overview, guys. That's what's going on. How's everybody doing? We'll zoom in a little closer now to the 15-minute chart, and let's see what Doge is doing as I check in on the chat. Even bears like bull runs. The bears are bears. They're just bears. Cheers, everyone. And like I posted on X, I was like, Dogecoin now back retesting the symmetrical triangle. You can either complain about the Doge retrace or look at this as a buying opportunity on a dip. Your call. What are you going to do? Are you going to complain about it? Or are you going to look at this as a buying opportunity as this is going up? So I like that. I thought that was funny. You going to complain about it or are you going to do something about it? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yes, Max. A member can have fun with a lot of emojis. Why did Trump invent the tariff? The United States used to make all of its money on tariffs before income taxes. From the late 1700s all the way through the 1800s, there was no income tax. It was all tariffs. It was all tax on trade. That's all it was. Oh, we have our friend, the Pax Cat Your King account is here today. Very funny. I'm not getting into the whole quantum computer thing. I mean, that is such FUD, Linda. Breaking the Bitcoin code, draining everyone's wallets. Nope. As the dollar falls, crypto will rise. Well, right now, it's pretty much more Bitcoin than anything else. There's a few others that are going up, but overall, it's really kind of just Bitcoin is the flight to safety. Bitcoin and gold, as we see Bitcoin dominance continuing to go up. Yeah, that Pax Cat. He's a crafty one. Good morning, Aussie. How are you? Haven't prices come down in the U.S.? Who's running the country? Did Powell eat Gary Gensler? Prices have come down. Inflation is down. But Powell's just going to continue to go along with the libs. Just, whoa, this might happen. Whoa, that might happen. Instead of actually looking at what is actually happening. It's all the fear of what might come, which is influencing and it's just like the economy's doing very well. At least here in the United States, it's doing very well right now. But all these fears of stuff that may or may not happen has got everybody spooked, including the stock market. And it's just like the numbers don't show it. It's, oh, this might happen. Oh, that might happen. So the markets don't like that uncertainty. Yes, tariffs existing long before Trump. Pax Cat. If you don't like the video, I will crash the market. So everybody like the live stream, please, because Pax Cat says so. Yes, Ryan, I still have the Gensler emoji. Still have the Gensler emoji. We have to squeeze in that 5-cent Doge somewhere on that chart, according to Anthony. It's not happening. Linda, I am not seeing Bitcoin dominance falling. I'm not seeing it. We may not have a true altcoin season. We might have some gains for some altcoins, but not a real altcoin season. I just don't see that happening right now. Powell sounded like the Dems. Yep, he did to me too. Who bought bonds? Bonds! Or who's shorting the market? Do we have some shorters out there? I mean, Put your money where your mouth is. If you think the market's going to go down, then short it. Let's see you. I dare you. I mean it. Hey, QC, let's go. The sky is falling. I know, right? The little boy who cried wolf, right? It's like they say it enough times, and then you're just like, whatever. Eventually. All eyes on Doge. Kriss isn't coming on till we get 100 likes. I'm here. Ask yourself, Max says, what do you think will benefit the most if Bitcoin really tells a downtime? There's not going to be downtime. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. The fear of something that may or may not happen, it's not a realistic outlook, a way to look at things, in my opinion. So you'll be left behind if you get all caught up in that. You'll be so left behind. Jeff says, Trump knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, maybe not. He's kind of flip-flopping on the tariff thing. So I don't think so. Messing up? Let's just say it's not a consistent message. And I don't think Powell needs to go. But he's got one more year on his contract or something. Can Trump actually fire him? I don't know. The courts are probably going to determine that. The queen of Dogecoin is in the house. Oh, there she is, Charlotte. Hello. Demi's here as well. Yep, Trump doing Trump things. That's right, Ryan. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. Trump doing Trump things. Oh. Hi, Annie. Yeah, Trump can't really bankrupt the country, but he can cause fear in the markets. And we kind of knew some of that was going to happen. We knew some of that was going to happen. I didn't think we would fall as much as we did for Doge, though. Wasn't predicting that. But it's all the alts. All the alts. Many of them have fallen worse than Doge. But bankrupt country, no. Charlotte, always listening in. That's all right. That is all right. Let's go right meow. Oh, the Pax Cat stuff. Emotions in crypto, a bad mix. I know, and it's bad, Max. It gets really bad. I don't know how many times I preach patience and people just get all worked up. I'm just like, I don't know what else to say. I've been very consistent with my message. I wonder if Trump, being the first crypto-friendly president, purposefully created Trump token to amplify price increases later on. I think the Trump token thing there was no plan behind it. Like everything else, there was just no plan. He was approached by a team to make it, and he went along with it. That's all I think it was. No plan. What did JD do to the Pope? Kind of weird, right? One day there's this photo with Vance and the Pope, and then the next day the Pope is dead. So, I don't know. Vance usually lurking here too. Yeah. Keeping an eye on things. Well, that's what I need you guys to do. Keep an eye on things. I know, David, right? Did you see the chart? Stocks. Look at that. A lot of red in the stocks. A lot of red in the stocks, especially Nvidia and Tesla. Just getting killed today. So, yep, not a good day for the stock market. Not a good day for your 401k or your IRA if you're all in stocks. Very red. Crypto bubbles are generally green. Doge up 1.2%. Still in the green. Fartcoin making a comeback. Stack's still up big. Caspa even up. So, but not in the crypto market though. Natalie here, quiet but listening. Quite all right. Could Bitcoin dominance prevent Doge from running? No. Bitcoin dominance is just Bitcoin's market cap versus the market cap of everything else. That's it. If Dogecoin's going to run, Doge is going to run. Bitcoin dominance won't stop that. JD's fishy. JD showed the Pope the 3-month chart of Doge, and that's why he died. That's one thing Trump is doing, giving everyone a great opportunity to buy on dips, right? I wonder what time the Robinhood Gold bar announcement is. I didn't hear what time it was going to be. I mean, I haven't got my email yet that says I won, so they must not have given it away yet. Because I'm going to win, right? I'm winning. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything about an announcement. So I'm waiting. No announcement yet from Robinhood. I want to win that gold bar. Yeah, Donald Trump Jr.'s, he's part of that World Liberty Finance thing. I don't think he was behind the Trump token. My message isn't bad. Well, that's nice to hear. Not a bad message. Yeah, the mainstream media will say that JD killed the Pope. Yeah, and then they come up with some anonymous source saying that the White House wants to replace Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. And the White House is like, the mainstream media is quoting some anonymous source. And it's like, and they're like, no, we're not. In fact, recruiting in the U.S. military is actually up. Hegseth is actually doing a good job. It's just so dumb. Anybody can just make up anything and call it a rumor. It's like, the rumor, Dogecoin's going to be $1 tomorrow. Hey, everybody, jump on the bandwagon. Dogecoin's going to be $1 tomorrow because some anonymous source said so. It's like, God. And B wants the bar? Nope, it's mine. It's my bar. Do you think the exchanges already know the price of the big crypto projects? No, they can't control it like that. All they can do is react to what's going on at the time, and they can control the price in the short term. But what's going on in the future? No. The exchanges really just want a lot of trading because they make money off the fees. So they want the volume of trading to be up. And they don't want to get ripped off on leverage trades. That's all. Yeah, I'm still 20 cents by the end of April, Craig. I'm still there. 10 more days. Hey, Raul, how are you? I would not have believed that Bitcoin dominance would even touch 70% like months ago. But man, it's just, Bitcoin dominance is just going up and up and up. So that's been quite a run for Bitcoin dominance going up. Quite a run. To 70 cents or 70%, I mean. So when was it last at 70%? 2021. Was the last time Doge dominance. Bitcoin dominance was 70%. And then it was altcoin season. I don't know if we're going to get that huge of a drop. I don't know. We don't have the stimmy checks. Maybe it'll never drop below 60 again. That might be true. It actually might not, Chad. I've got that 60 line right here in orange, and we'll be watching that. If Dogecoin goes on a big run on its own, and then a lot of other memes, start pumping, and a bunch of new money comes flooding into the market to buy up Doge and other memes, then we could see Bitcoin dominance drop. But it's definitely not going to be behind ETH, because ETH has just been terrible. Absolutely terrible. So we will see what happens with Doge. Looks like it wants to backtest this triangle again. You hope I win, Linda? I hope I win too. I hope somebody I know wins. Even if it's MB. That'd be all right, because MB's here. If we're able to buy in low, finally, this is the time to do it. Confident everything will go back to normal. A Doge stimulus. Yeah, I think they're just going to do a tax cut. I don't think they're going to do a Doge stimulus. Yeah, I haven't seen any announcements, boss, like of when Robinhood is actually going to announce the gold bar winner. Simon, 12.5. Today will drop to 15 and then bounce up to 17 and then fall. That I don't see that volatile of trading for that kind of move. Took a lot of money to pump Bitcoin this morning. Well, you could sell. You could see people were selling their stocks and buying Bitcoin. If I were to make 5 million in crypto, would you quit your job? I would probably keep working for a little while longer. I like what I'm doing. I'm in the middle of some good things. I kind of want to finish it, But 5 million. I mean, I just made 2 million. That was pretty good. But that was for the house. So now I got the house. 5 million. Probably at least would keep working until the fall. But another winter in Boston, maybe I would just go travel instead. Something like that. Caspa, a guy I work with, calls Caspa his Grand Slam pick. People have been saying stuff like that about Caspa for like 4 years. Caspa goes on these little runs every now and then, but never sustains them. Nobody's doing anything with Caspa. So I don't see it. The gold bar goes to the Doge pug. It wouldn't even take 5 million to get MB to retire. Maybe just 2. David says 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Yes, the left-wing media is a propaganda machine. It's amazing how many times they use the same language in their articles across the board. Hey, Tony, thanks for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Thank you. And B's going to trade his gold bar for Doge. Someone wants JD Vance to visit their mother-in-law. That is funny. That is funny. What was the price of Dogecoin for Doge Day in 2021? Well, A-Star, glad you asked. If you follow me on X, you would see that I posted yesterday not only 2021, but every year, the price of Doge on Doge Day. Every year. In 2020-24, it was 15.11. 2023, it was 9.47 cents. 2022, it was 14.2. In 2021, the price of Dogecoin on Doge Day was 40 cents. 40 cents on Doge Day. And that was on a dip. And then it turned around and went up to 73. But that was the price of Doge on Doge Day 2021. 40 cents. Now in 2020, it was 0.002. Amazing what a year that was, 2020 to 2021. 0.002. That's when Wall should have been buying Doge. It's always been a thought of mine, 60 mark is important. If XRP flips ETH, well then, I don't know. I've had that 60 line on that Bitcoin dominance chart for months. I think it's a big line too. Robinhood will announce it on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, and on the Robinhood app. Okay? Ryan's going to win? No, Kriss is going to win. Yeah, it's going to have to be a random coin or something like Doge leading the charge for altcoin season. Dogecoin. It's got the power to do it. I don't think Black Pope yet, Christian. Could be a completely new thing that drives down dominance, but I think any new thing just drives up Bitcoin, unless it's Doge. We know Doge can totally outperform Bitcoin. And when it goes on a big run, then you start seeing Sheep and Pepe and Bonk and Whiff and all those. That'll get things excited. Did we not just break out of the falling wedge and are now retesting the outside of it as support? Yes, Flowstone. And that was this Trader Allen chart here, right there. That was it. It was more than a falling wedge. It was a 4-month trend line down. And we've broken out of it. For $5 million, I'd quit everything, including carrying. TV. Paxcat. Spend it all on you. I don't know what I could possibly spend that on. But very funny. In crypto, anything can happen. That is for sure. And we have seen it, especially the stupid fart coin. I keep thinking fart coin is done, and then people start buying it again. You never know. Looks like ETH is history. It does. It certainly does. Yeah, Linda, I think in 2021, people were taking Dogecoin profits and missed out on the 60, 70 cent Doge. But, I mean, if you bought Doge for less than a penny and then you sold at 40 cents, that's a pretty good return. When is the Doge OS thing? I don't know, Carol. I don't know when that's officially being released. I know people behind the scenes are building stuff on it, early access stuff, but I don't know when it's actually rolling out. Hey, Akar, how are you? When is Doge going to the moon? Well, that is a big question, isn't it? Doge to the moon. And I guess it depends on what you think the moon is. Is it 50 cents? I don't know. That was such a big run to 48 cents last year. To get going back to 50 cents, that would just have to be huge momentum at this point. But we could see it. One day Elon will wake up. I know, in 1 year, 0.002 to 40 cents. I could travel. I wouldn't rent the house out. I would just leave it and just have a caretaker just watch over it. Did anything happen with Trump in the market today? I think, Trump is still saying stupid things about Powell. The whole tariff mess is still going on. So stocks were red. But gold, Bitcoin are up. I mean, Doge is in the green still, too, up 1.5 points. When the first major company accepts Doge as a means of payment, that could start it. You got an email from Robinhood. You got all excited, but it was just for some stupid survey. You wanted that gold bar. Oh. What's up, Steven? Yep, Boston Celtics won last night, game 1. Yeah, right in the middle of the live stream yesterday, someone said, yeah, Orlando's up by 1. And I was like, yeah, in the third quarter, Boston will pull it on. We'll pile it on. And that's exactly what happened. The third quarter. Ryan's favorite player had a great game. Too bad he's not on the Spurs anymore, Ryan. Derek White. Yep, Max made it. Financed by Kriss. Actually, it was financed by Vance or financed by whoever else was putting money in for the giveaway. I want the big bar. I mean, a small bar, I guess, would be fine, right? Consolation prize. I want the big bar. Charlotte accepts Dogecoin. Bax says, I accept Dogecoin as well. I do too. But Charlotte for a business, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to see you on the Doge list, Charlotte. All my picks are winning. So all the home teams except for Houston. You don't like Houston, right? So FOMC's around the corner. What are your thoughts? Powell is not going to do a rate cut because Trump is pressuring him to do it. And he's not going to do it. He's still talking about fear of what tariffs are going to do. Even though inflation is down, they're not going to do it. They're not going to lower rates. So, the sell in May, go away thing, it's just playing out different this year. With the markets all down in the first quarter and into the middle of April, if the markets were going up, then I would definitely say sell in May. But now it's a different year. It's totally different. The Grizzlies, they didn't even show up to play Run. It's like they weren't even there. If we could at least get back to all-time high, that would be awesome. Agreed, Aussie? We would all be happy with that. In the next few weeks, look forward to it. My business pays me in Doge. I would take my salary in Doge if my employer did that. Definitely. Yeah, I kind of want to see Houston lose as well. They have Ime Udoka, former Boston Celtics head coach, who was fooling around with some woman on the Celtics staff. That was bad. That was really bad. You just don't do that. Couldn't keep it in his pants, so... Is he a good coach? Maybe. But good night, Max. Maybe some more positive news from House of Doge. It's just going so slow. The only thing coming up is like a month from now, the Indy 500. but they're not announcing anything else that I can see in the near future. So all pretty quiet. Maxim says, I couldn't resist buying the new Solana staking ETF on the Canadian exchange. I feel like a degen gambler. Yeah, next thing you know, you're going to be buying crappy XRP, right? But hey, if you can buy an ETF with staking, I don't know, Maxim. I mean, you could just buy Solana. You could buy the token itself and stake it. But I guess if your money was on an exchange and the Solana ETF was there, it's easy to buy, but well, good luck with it. Yeah, Powell doesn't want to give in to Trump. They said they were just warming up. They're going to get blown out in 4 games. Oklahoma City's too good. Need more news. Well, I mean, we look at House of Doge and it's like there's nothing going on. Repost, 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 repost. It's just been reposting. That's all they're doing is just reposting. Nothing. Just repost. And then there was this thing on April 18th. That's the last real post they made, was April 18th. Nothing since then. Too slow. Looks like Doge is going to try and make another run for 16 cents here. Doge is at a great price. We had a nice little dip again, 15.6. I mean, it was all there, right? Broke out of the triangle, came back, retested. Now move higher. I hope 16 cents doesn't become resistance, though. I hope we get back above it. I should just repost everything on the House of Doge account, right? But just take the House of Doge thing and just go repost. Repost. Just see what happens. Just repost everything, House of Doge. See what's happening on the heat map for Dogecoin. I think we took out some shorts and then came back and took out longs, just like Bitcoin did. Actually, not too many shorts. There's a big one up here at 16.4. And they didn't go get it. 16.4. Instead, price dumped down. They took out a bunch of longs. 16.4 up there. That bright yellow bar right there. That would be a short to take out. Did some research after the Mantra crash. Found out that the team behind the OM token are some people from Asia. Well, the president is American. I'm just like, I mean, they controlled like 90% of the token. So Somebody sold. That's for sure. It doesn't crash like that on its own. So somebody sold, and then the selling just snowballed. For those that don't know what we're talking about, I mean, here's Dogecoin like doing its thing in this triangle, right, on the 4-hour chart. And then we look at the OM mantra token, and you get that. Thunk. Just dumped from $6 down to 60 cents. That just doesn't happen organically. And nothing else happened. There wasn't like there was any bad news about the project or anything. So yeah, Max, the team, someone on the team was dumping. Because that just doesn't happen. Now it's all the way down to 51 cents. Some people were trying to trade this thing, thinking, oh, it'll go back up. Nope. Fool's errand. Back to 51 cents. If you try buying this thing, you're just gambling. Just gambling. The sentiment is just dead. And the president CEO guy says he's going to burn a bunch of tokens because to show, I mean, they own 90% of the tokens. Even if they burnt 10% of them, they would still own 90% of the tokens. That's nothing. That's what makes Dogecoin so good. It's a coin. There aren't all these tokens held by a team or anything. There's no manipulation by the president, CEO, or not like what Ripple does. Dumb. It's dumb. But yeah. OM token is just continuing to crash. Why would you use your money to buy something like that? It's total gambling. I mean, not that buying Dogecoin isn't gambling. I don't know, but there's a lot more good things coming ahead for Doge. Cliff diving, exactly. Looks like a Wojak chart. Yeah. Hey, Milkman, how are you? Doge ETF. Yeah, we were looking at an article yesterday that was hinting that the grayscale thing that is now futures trading could be rolled into a spot ETF sometime in May. That could happen. But the other ETFs either haven't even been reviewed yet, or the first ones that were reviewed probably wouldn't start trading until October. So I don't know. If I were to swing trade this week on the stock market, I would wait until Tesla earnings are done and see if Tesla continues to tank. And then I would probably swing trade Tesla, is what I would do. Tesla went down to 222 today, came up by market close at 227, and they've got earnings tomorrow, I believe. So it would be Tesla. I don't trust NVIDIA enough to swing trade it, just because of the export controls on the chips and things like that. But Tesla, definitely. It just has, it's down so much now. It's a nice setup for a swing trade, but I would wait for earnings. Wait for it to go through its earnings call. Tesla will report Q1 2025 earnings on April 21st. So that's today. So that's probably going on right now. So yeah, we'll see how Tesla trades after market, after the earnings are announced. It should be coming up pretty soon. And I still have my Mega trade open. Reposted the repost. A few Asians secretly hired an American as a scapegoat who doesn't know what happened anyway and has long since bought the most expensive watch there. Interesting. It's all a gamble. Life is a gamble. All depends on how you look at it, right? Pax Cat is looking out for the likes on the stream. Only 70. He announced today that he would burn 300 million OM of his team tokens. Yeah. So yeah, $150 million. But I mean, the tokens are just sitting there in wallets. It's dumb. It reduces the supply, but they still will hold 90% of the overall supply still, even if they burn 300 million of them. Buy the OM dip. Not. Exactly. I'm not touching that thing. Thank you, Jay. Please like and sub, everyone. Appreciate it. Oscar, you're welcome. Enjoy it. Cheers. Just trying to keep up with what's going on. Just further confirming the breakout. Christian says, looks like a good thing to me if we keep support. I like the sentiment. I like the sentiment. So yeah, it looks like came back, retested this line, and now can come back up to 16 cents. That would be a strong move. The gamble is what makes it fun and worth it. Yeah, but there's smart gambling and there's dumb gambling. Dogecoin is smart gambling. Mantra is dumb gambling. So let's talk Pepe. All right, nostalgic. Let's talk Pepe. 777. 77. Yeah, well, so Pepe's up since the 7th of April. At the bottom, it's now up 33%. What is Doge up in that same time frame? Just curious. Doge up 22%. So Pepe has outperformed Doge this month. Interesting. That would have been a great dip to buy down in the 5s, right? For Pepe. Can we zoom out and we look at where it's been though, when it was way up here, 24. We were charting it up here and I was predicting it to fall. It went on a second run even higher. And then it was just a bunch of sequential dumps. From top to bottom, Pepe dropped 80%. Doge, top to bottom, 70%. So Pepe fell harder than Doge. And how about Sheeb? Somebody asks from the gallery. Sheeb, from top to bottom, 70% as well. Same as Doge. Hey, if you believe that crypto's going up and we're not in a bear market, right? Whether you buy Sheeb, Pepe, With, Bonk, like any of those, you probably do okay. I don't know which one will be the best out of all of that. I'm just buying Dogecoin. I think there's too many good things coming ahead for Dogecoin, particularly as the house of Doge is building. We showed like the Elon's Tesla drive-in in Hollywood is just about finished, and he said he's going to accept Dogecoin there. That would be huge news. There's a lot of things going on. Hey, Bruce, we are in Naples today on the West Coast. Weather girl in the house as well. Nice. Did you drive over Alligator Alley? Is it still called that, Alligator Alley? Across Florida. Alligator Alley. Now, none of this is financial advice, of course, Vince. We're just gamblers. You have Doge and Pepe in your portfolio. Hello, hello, hello. His profile picture was not Pepe. It was that Maximus thing that happened to be the frog, but it had nothing to do with the Pepe token in crypto. Nothing to do with that. They should drop one of those zeros. It probably will. I think it'll get back up to at least 10 again. Alligators are Florida swamp kitties. Yes, Alligator Alley. I remember that. Yes. There's a whole lot of nothing on most of that road when you're driving. There's just nothing. Got to watch out for the gators, though. Pax gator, right? And at the Gulf of America. So you're looking at the Gulf of America now? If I ask Grok to draw a picture of Pax cat gator, what's it going to give me? Pax cat gator. This could be weird. Yeah, that's kind of weird. What do you think, guys? Pax cat gator. Oh, that is weird. Oh my God. I've seen alligators in people's yards. Going to start a rumor. All Doge government reimbursement checks to be issued in Dogecoin. Yes. That would pump Dogecoin. Yeah, they're not going to do that. Oh, the PaxCat account is still here. Stop making fun. Yeah, kind of looks like a mountain lion with some gator skin. Crash in the market. Little creepy, yeah. That was kind of creepy. Hey, but you never know, right? That's what Grok is for, just to have fun. Just to have a little fun. Well, that's about it for today. A whole lot of nothing for Dogecoin, actually. Just looks like we're just going to hang out here in the upper 15s. No momentum to reclaim 16 cents right now. So I'm going to call it a day, and we're going to check in again tomorrow, see what's going on. So I hope you all have a great Monday night, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.